July 31st, 2014, WIKISPEED Lynnwood, Washington shop in the United States. I'm here with Michael DeAngelo, Ryan Gelzer, Shelley Shaw, Justin Burns, John O'Connell,
Jason McKee.
Thank you.
Rex Williams.
And we had Pat and Steve Holt and a whole bunch of folks, but we're right at the end at 10 o'clock. Here's what got done today. V30 upper bracket drilled 2 holes, 1 5/8 from original, top 2 holes. That was a discovered work story. Bolt seats on sliders in interior module number 5. Unpack 4x8 by 1/4 inch thick plate into the bed of the truck. Make composites panel 12 inch by 42.5 inch. The Agile Monkey teams tackled that.
Yeah.
Team Black Belt jumped on fit check brackets for suspension version 30.1. I'll pan over that in a minute. Pack 19 inch by 6 inch by 16 by 6 inch by 6 inch tube for Renton Joint Venture Factory. That was done today too. With drywall screws, measured and level and square, mount 1 more gray plastic holder to the left of the whiteboard supplies. That's a small. I need to label its size. 15-minute brainstorm on alternative brake line routing paths that preserve modularity. Mechanical engineering intern, calculate most efficient length of material for each of 13 provided load scenarios. That was also done today. Version 30 rear suspension bracket, pull hole second from top to allow assembly. I'll show what that means. Move all 6 inch by 6 inch tube to one of the ceiling mount racks. That was also done. All but 25 red chairs put upstairs. And so that means another 25 were moved upstairs. Attach suspension mount tube V30 to rear of car number 5. Find whiteboard markers, put in whiteboard supplies bin. Move all stackable chairs upstairs. Attach rear suspension knuckle to suspension mount tube V30. Move all tube from south side of ceiling material rack to north side. That was also done. Team Black Belt took on measure gap for suspension interference. I'll show that in a moment. All CPUs without DVD and CD drives outside under a tarp on the west side of building with a free sign on it. So here's the gray thing that was attached. That's a small story, and that'll hold post-it notes and additional whiteboard supplies. The composite panel is for this dashboard, and I'll fan across it right now. Here's the composite panel laid up and drying. It's 3 plies, inner medium layers of biaxial matte woven fiber, top layer is carbon fiber scrap, and the bottom layer is e-glass. Here is suspension tube V30, and it looks like it fits great. This tube is going to be extended to have clearance for these bolt holes, and then we're going to have a second tube to connect a second spherical rod end bearing to this hole or this hole to hold us completely toe straight. The second hole will have an oval milled, and we can pinch down to adjust toe in and out. Those are discovered tasks from integrating V30 tube. Here is the ceiling suspension mount rack. We can see all the 6 inch by 6 inch tube is there. All the other tube is now on the other side, the north side. This is where we had a stack of CPUs and chairs. They are now upstairs. There are only 25 padded red chairs down here now. We also cut the roll bar. I haven't moved that story to done yet. I need to. It was just completed. This will bolt together and become the next roll bar. The bins, the white bins, are being sorted for more awesome. Here is our brake line diagram, which I hope has been walked through.
Yes.
Folks, what am I missing in big terms that you guys can point to? What's that? I briefly showed there's the carbon. What am I not mentioning or showing that is visual? Yeah, the aluminum tubes are moved because you're awesome. Gosh, well, I'll pan around the whole shop so folks can see all those changes. And this is getting ready for the Extreme Manufacturing Certified Scrum Master class that we'll teach here August 21st and 22nd. So we have a lot more floor space now to set up the tables for the registrants. We have a maximum of 42. And here, some of the great folks that are here. Guys, I'd asked you to call out what did you discover, or what would you recommend for a build party like this that you would suggest so that somewhere else in the world someone could do it faster, easier, more fun. What enhancement would you propose, or trick that you found that worked well that you'd like to share?
I don't know, the music and and the food was good.
Awesome. I agree with you there.
Well, one thing that we discovered when we were moving those aluminum tubes that it was a lot easier when we had. We tried to do it with 3 people and we succeeded at the first one, but when we added the 4th person, we went a lot faster.
4 people really was the number that made it go
and
quickly.
Ladders in the right place.
Proper ladder placement. Love it. Okay, so be careful about where your ladders are if you're storing stuff up above, and have the right number of people, and it can go really fast.
And stack it from the biggest to the smallest.
Makes perfect sense. Thanks, Alex.
And be careful with those beams.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm glad you're not dead. Yes. When you stack material on an upper material rack, be careful, because those are just mounted angle iron. Well, what else? What went well or what didn't go well that we can make more awesome next time? We want to tune every week to be cooler than the week before if we can. So what would we suggest?
We had just enough resin and hardener mix. I don't know, it just came out lucky.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Make sure you actually know what the ratio is and not have to rely on
Check. Read the bottle.
It's labeled on the bottle, thank goodness. The Resiner and Hardener for composite layups. Yes, thank goodness. Thanks for checking. Thank you, John.
When
you're measuring for something that's going to be on the outside of a bracket, don't measure from the inside of the bolt holes.
Yes. Thank goodness.
The threads are.
Thank goodness that was caught in prototyping. And the story's captured and rectified. Thank you, Shelley. Awesomely awesome. Any other last-minute process improvement suggestions so the next build party is even cooler? Yeah, go ahead.
Drilling holes to make sure they line up with a bracket. Sometimes it's easier to bolt the bracket on in the right hole and line up the drill bit up in the existing hole to go through instead of trying to mark it and.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Use the bracket as a tool.
For aluminum drilling here with this milling machine. Perfect.
Okay.
Folks, you're amazing. The velocity is epic. I'll ask someone to use the magic decoder to figure out the number of points this sprint got done so that we can celebrate the record forever. Because, wow, for this number of people, I'm pretty sure this is one of, if not the highest output per people per amount of time. You guys rocked it. I'm not exactly sure the secret recipe, but every week we tune to try to preserve and improve velocity, and apparently you guys are awesome and we hit a stride.
We had a lot of good people today.
That didn't hurt.
Good work ethic.
Seconded, and the beer and the dance music didn't seem to erode that at all. Well played, guys. Congratulations.